Hello everyone, welcome to Tech Sharmit. In this session, we are going to talk about very important topic of SVG, that is how to draw rectangle on scalable vector graphic. Okay. Prior to this session, we have one discussion regarding the SVG, like what is SVG, how we use it, what are the benefit, and all other required thing, right? So this session is in the continuation of the same, where we will talk about exactly about the rectangle, that how we can draw a rectangle, what all properties we can apply to that, how we can fill it, how we can stroke the rectangle, all these required things. Okay, but before we start, I would like to recommend you to please go and check out the previously released sessions first, because they all are in proper sequence and sync. So if you follow them sequentially, then it would be very easy for you to understand the ongoing topic. But before we start, I would just say that the code is straightforward, and you will see that here whatever we are going to write will be easily as understandable by the end of the session. Okay, so you can see the code is quite simple. We have just one title in the head section, and there is one heading which is HTML by Tech Sharmit. Okay, now what we will do, after this H1 we will write another heading which is H2, and here we will write the heading, for example, rectangle in SVG. Okay, so this is our heading. Now you can save it and refresh it. So after refresh it, rectangle you can see. Okay, now to draw the rectangle, like we all know, in case of canvas, we were supposed to use JavaScript in order to draw something on a screen, right? But in case of SVG, in case of Scalable Vector Graphic, there is no need to include JavaScript. Instead of that, you can simply write a code within HTML itself to draw the things. Okay, so let's see how we will draw the rectangle. So although like there are multiple parameters that we are supposed to pass here, but I'll tell you each and everything practically. Okay, so let's see how we will go. So firstly we will draw one, we will add one SVG, a place where we can draw the things. You can compare it with canvas. Okay, so simply write here SVG, and in this SVG we will simply write the width, which is 600 pixels. Then we will set height would be 300 again, 300. Okay, let's save it and refresh it, and also let's apply some styling here. For border, 5 pixel solid black. Now save it and refresh it. So now you can see one rectangular shape SVG is added. Please make it very clear here that this is not the rectangle that we wanted to draw. This is just a SVG. This is just a piece of paper where we will draw the rectangle. Clear? Sometime like students get confused that this is the actual rectangle which we want to draw. No, not this. This is just a place where we will draw the rectangle. Clear? Alright, so we are ready with the SVG. Now it's time to use rect keyword or a rect element. So you can write rect, then slash and close. So this is a self-closing element. Here we are supposed to provide all the required information to draw the rectangle. So for example, I will set the property as width, and width would be maybe we can pass somewhere around 400. Then we will set the height, not 400 would be very let's keep it as 250. Okay, yeah, 250. Then we will set height would be again 150. Okay, and then we can set the X and Y position. So X will be the starting. I'll tell you all these things in detail, like what are these parameters, but for now I'm just providing the X and Y value here. So let's pass it as 10. Now save it and refresh the browser. So once you refresh the browser, you can see one black rectangle has been populated on my SVG. That is the default rectangle properties. We just provided the width, height X and Y value. But yes, there are many other properties we can apply to this by using the style. Okay, I'll tell you how we can use it, but before that let's discuss what are the meaning of these parameter. The first one is very clear, that it is width. Yes, it is width. If you make it as 300, you will see that width of the rectangle has been increased. Clear? Now you can see it is increased. So this is the width. Similarly, we have height. Let's say if I make it as 550, save it, so you can see the height has been increased. In fact, it is going outside the SVG, so let's make it as 350. It is also high, so 250. Yes, in 250 you can see the height is increased and it is coming in the SVG itself. So this is the one thing. Okay, height and width. Then we have the value X and the value Y. Now what is X and what is Y? So X is the X position for the top left corner of the rectangle. So right now my cursor is here, right, on X-axis. Just think about X-axis. Now I want to shift it towards here, somewhere here. So what I can do, I can simply go and change the value here 50. Let's save it and refresh it. But before that, let me place my cursor here, because right now it is starting from here. So when I refresh, you will see the difference. Okay, my cursor is still here, but the shape is shifted toward right side on X-axis. Okay, so this is how we will move the shape on X-axis. Similarly, if we talk about the Y-axis, yes, if we make it as 50, let's save it and place your cursor here itself, because this is the Y position of the top left corner of the rectangle. If you refresh it, you will see that it is shifted towards on the Y axis and goes to the bottom. Okay, so this is how the rectangle moves. Now some of you might be thinking like, why this rectangle is coming as a black color? I don't want to keep it as a black. Instead of that, I want to apply some colors, some borders and some things to make it more good for the users. Yes, you can apply that. For that, you just need to write here style. In style, you can apply firstly the fill color. Okay, so what fill will do? It will fill the rectangle with your color. So let's select yellow, save it, refresh it. So now you can see this rectangle is been filled with yellow. Similarly, if you make it as white, it will come as white, and white is not visible for sure, so that's why it is not visible. Okay, so we have just added one yellow rectangle. Now maybe some of you thinking like, we wanted to make it as we want to apply some border to it, right? So for border we will use here stroke, and stroke color would be red. Save it, refresh it. So you can see a thin border is coming here, but maybe you wanted to make it bit larger as compared to the current one. So in that case, you can use here stroke hyphen width, and here we will set the value as 5. Save it, refresh it. Something is wrong. Maybe we are trying to put it outside the style, that's why it is giving error. Yeah, so you can write here like this, stroke hyphen width and 5. Okay, something is wrong again, let me check. Save it, refresh it. Yes, it is wrong. Maybe we are providing anything wrong. It should be small stroke hyphen wi. Oh, okay, width spelling is wrong. Save it, refresh it. So now you can see it is showing the 5 pixel stroke here, or you can say the border. Clear? So this is the one thing. Now let's say if you want to apply some opacity to it, so in that case you can simply write here fill hyphen opacity. Okay, and this is not case sensitive. Okay, JavaScript was case sensitive, but it is not. So let's apply 0.5. So you can see opacity has been changed. Okay, previously it was dark yellow, but now it is changed. Likewise, if you want to apply opacity to stroke, you can write here stroke hyphen opacity. Maybe, yeah, keep it same, 0.5. It is not mandatory to keep it same, but as per the shape it looks good if both sync together, right? But if you want to change it, you can for sure. let's make it as 0.1, so it will look like this. Okay, so this is how we can utilize these style properties and values to apply some styling to the existing rectangle. So I hope this entire session is clear to all of you. In the next session we will discuss few more things. So thank you for watching Tech Sharmit.